All right, Adam. Hi, thanks for your time today.
No
A few
worries.
quick questions here. Who do you work for and what's your current occupation?
I work for Fox Sports Australia, and my current occupation is TV presenter of whatever they throw at me, basically.
Yeah, so what are they throwing at you these days?
They're throwing at me football, that's my main staple, bit of tennis, darts, bit of golf.
Okay.
I've done various other sports as well, so yeah, whatever, Olympics, yeah, anything.
Yep. Okay, and what do you like to cover the most?
All of it, really.
Yeah?
I love the variety.
Okay.
Don't like just sticking to one particular sport, even though one particular sport I love, i.e. football, but I love the variety of seeing different athletes, and you learn from, and you can take what you learn in one sport back to another. It's really interesting.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Adam, how did you get to the position you're currently in now?
Gave up weekends for about 10 years and still giving them up. I go back to when I was a kid, always wanted to be a sport journalist all through high school. Ended up missing out on the marks I wanted for university. So I ended up going to a private college, which cost absolute bomb, and probably still paying mum back.
Do you mind if I ask what college that was?
Yeah, sure,
Adam?
Macleay College.
Oh, I heard
in the
about
city.
that one.
Yep.
Yes.
So I went there, and then 6 months later ended up getting a job at Channel 7, and that was nearly 20 years ago. So
Okay, and was the job like an internship? Did you have to start like as an intern?
yeah, a cadet journalist.
A cadet is...
cadet sports journalist. So it's like a apprenticeship basically.
Yeah, right.
But learning on the job and getting paid for it. So yeah.
Now, what's it like to commentate on different sports?
Yeah, really good. The variety is fantastic because you come to appreciate all the stories behind all the athletes that get them there. You see some wonderful places. I love to travel, so I don't like being stuck in the same place for too long. So you get to see wonderful places. You get to meet new people. It's just a wonderful experience all up.
Okay, look, you did touch on it, but football. Why is that your go-to sport, and why Newcastle United?
Okay, two-part answer then. Firstly, Newcastle United. My dad's from Newcastle.
Okay.
So I've kind of got it. I've been infected. That's the way I describe it, given the poor results for Newcastle over a long period of time, and I can't get away from it. But hey, at least I can watch it on Foxtel this year. As opposed to football, full stop. Got into it when I was 5, when I started playing,
Okay.
and I've played ever since. I had a little bit of a break there, like 12 years, because I was working every Saturday arvo, so it kind of took me out of the equation. But still play now. Just love it. Just love playing. Love watching it. And the best thing about football is you can go to any part of the world, and generally speaking, within 5 minutes, you can start up a conversation about that particular sport,
So
no
true.
matter where you are.
Adam's favorite football player ever.
Favourite football player ever? Toss up between Paul Gascoigne and Alan Shearer.
Are they Newcastle boys?
Newcastle, yeah, both Geordies.
Are they both
Paul
Geordies? Yeah.
Gascoigne left as a youngish player from Newcastle because he kind of saw the writing on the wall, what it was like there. Went to Spurs, went to Lazio, ended up playing a number of clubs, Everton, Middlesbrough, Rangers, and a few others. He's a tragic figure, unfortunately, but what a player. And Alan Shearer, just for the sheer volume of goals, not trophies, but goals he scored for Newcastle, and so many great Saturday night / Sunday mornings he gave me.
I bet. And the old hand up in the air celebration. I miss those times too. Look, I know you like tennis as well, and I'm just curious, who's your favourite tennis player?
Roger Federer.
Yeah.
By that far, it's not funny. No, I appreciate that they're amazing athletes, these guys, and the girls as well. Serena Williams, case in point. But Federer, there's something about him, I don't know, he just makes it look so easy. And I was lucky enough to watch him when he was in his absolute prime as well, from, say, 2005 to 2008, when he was practically unbeatable until Nadal started getting on top of him more times than not. Just made it look so easy, how tennis should be played, and the way he carries himself off the court. He sees himself as an ambassador for his particular chosen craft. So he wants it to be in a better place when he leaves than when he started. And it's certainly going to be that. I mean, look at the money that's now in Grand Slam tennis and tennis overall. And also, on top of all that, he's actually a nice guy. We see him when we go to our Grand Slams for Fox. from time to time, and he'll remember you. He'll say
cool.
hello, and very few of them do. He's just class. Everything about him's class.
Now, speaking about class, Nick Kyrgios. What are your thoughts about someone like Nick Kyrgios, or even Bernard Tomic?
Okay, Kyrgios has got unbelievable talent, incredible talent, probably as much talent as any player out there right now, but he's still trying to figure out what he wants to do with that talent. And until he figures out what he wants to do with that talent, there's going to be issues. There's going to be expectations from outer sphere, like people not involved with him, putting those expectations on him, having those opinions. And then, of course, if it doesn't go well for him, he's going to kick back, and he's the type of personality not to take criticism overly well at this stage. I don't think anyone takes criticism overly well. But he's learning. He's 21. He's made some mistakes. A lot of those mistakes have been totally blown out of proportion because of the one mistake he made against Stanford Wawrinka. But he's learning. Whether or not he can get the hang of it, well, it's entirely up to him. But he's certainly got the talent to take him a long way. Whether or not he wants to is wait and see.
Sure. Does your current job make you happy, Adam? Like being now, like looking back, because I done a bit of research on you, and one day you were like me and did a diploma in journalism. Are you now like where you wanted to be?
I never set myself where I wanted to be.
Okay.
I just kind of found a path where I wanted to enjoy what I was doing, and kind of the path in front of me happened to be an enjoyable experience, and still is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But sometimes it does your head in, especially at 4 a.m. when the alarm goes off for an early wake up. Like when I first came over to Fox, I was doing Fox Sports News, so you're getting up at 3:30 in the morning sometimes, and in the middle of June, that's not an entirely enjoyable experience. But it beats digging ditches, put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed just about everything about it. So didn't really set myself a lofty goal of saying, yes, one day I definitely want to be presenting sport on television. Just so happened that it kind of worked out.
Yeah, excellent. Any advice for any wannabe Adam Peacocks out there?
What? Lifestyle wise, or
I'm going to say no. Professionally,
professionally, you got to give up your weekends. You got to give up your social life. You won't see a lot of your mates. A lot of your mates will end up being the people you work with. And it's not as glamorous as it's made out to be. Not that I view it as overly glamorous, and I didn't when I came into it. But it's incredibly rewarding. And like I say, it beats digging ditches. So prepare yourself for some sacrifice, and also the money when you start off isn't, wow, look at this. But if you persevere and you're always willing to learn, no matter what the job, but especially in this particular vocation, you can go places.
Great. Adam, I just want to thank you very much for your time. And just one final quick prediction. Who's winning the EPL, and is Newcastle going to be back in the EPL next season?
Newcastle will be back in the Premier League next season, so I might have to sort that television situation out. And Manchester City will win the Premier League.
Fantastic. And Arsenal? Thoughts on Arsenal?
Third or fourth, as always.
As always.
And I wouldn't be surprised by this time next year we're talking about Diego Simeone being their boss and not Arsenal.
Yeah, well, his contract does run out at the end of the season. You don't see him sticking around?
Wenger?
Yeah.
I can see him sticking around, but Arsenal have got to be careful that they don't make it into a Manchester United situation where Wenger then chooses his successor. And I know Wenger loves the club dearly, but the easiest way is to just straight cut and maybe be involved in some ambassador role, because, I mean, what a legend he is.
Yeah.
But I think they need something new and fresh and energetic, and I don't think there's any more energetic manager out there than one Diego Simeone.
It'd be interesting. And look, I'll end it here because I could seriously talk to you about Arsenal for hours. So, Adam, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Go to Socceroos, and all the best to you in your career.
Cheers, mate. All good.